Welcome to Faith Stories with Dawn DeMarco Buck. In the same way, let your light shine before others so that they will see your good works and give glory to your Father in heaven. Matthew 5:16.
Hello and welcome to Faith Stories. I'm Dawn DeMarco Buck. What is Faith Stories? Faith Stories are Christians from all walks of life who share their stories of faith, hope, and love. And how do you do that? Well, through His Word, which is the Bible. So if you need a Bible, please reach out to me at faithstorieswithdawn@gmail.com. Okay, you guys, this beautiful woman, she's also a redhead with green eyes. I love it. I met her back in September, and I so wanted her to come on the show. This is a subject that is more light needs to be shined upon it because it's about children and trafficking. So my guest is Lynne Barletta. She has founded several organizations, including Visionary Church, Visionary School of Arts, and Florida Faith Alliance, which has a new name called United Against Child Trafficking, UACT. Lynne received the Florida Attorney General's Community Advocate of the Year Award at the end of 2024 for her work with the prevention of child trafficking and the restoration of child trafficking victims. She is the author of Power of Art, online restoration curriculum programs for trafficked children, which are currently in 4 facilities across the Treasure Coast in Florida. Lynne trains trauma-informed teachers to bring healing through her art courses to over 500 trafficked and abused children. You're going to meet her right after these messages.
Broughton Garage Door Sales now offers you a difference with the LiftMaster Secure View Ultra Quiet Smart Opener with camera, LED 360-degree lighting, and battery backup. Built-in camera adds video and two-way audio communication to the MyQ app. You can control, secure, and monitor your garage anytime, anywhere from your smartphone. Schedule today at Broughton.com.
Just simply call Broughton. We open doors for you.
Tavilla Properties, located at 11471 West Sample Road, Suite 17, located in Coral Springs, Florida, for all your commercial needs. Call Jan at 954-341-1632. That's 954-341-1632, or visit www.tavillaproperties.com. Discover Rosie's Garden. The collection draws inspiration from the beautiful niece of the founder, Rosie, who brought joy to many before passing too soon. Her beauty and spirit are reflected in every piece. Founded by 2 friends, Rosie's Garden is a female-owned brand passionate about creating stunning, elegant jewelry that embodies the concept of bellissima, the Italian word for beautiful. With a philosophy rooted in grace and elegance, the brand crafts each piece of jewelry using only the finest materials, including 18-karat gold and the highest quality craftsmanship, ensuring that every piece is a true work of art. Welcome back to Faith Stories. If you have any prayer requests, please email me at faithstorieswithdawn@gmail.com. That's faithstorieswithdawn@gmail.com.
And welcome back. Okay, Lynne, we met back in September, and I'm so excited to have you here.
Thank you.
Because it is a subject that needs to be talked about.
Oh, yes, it does.
You know?
Absolutely.
So I always ask this question of my guests is, were you raised in a Christian household?
I was.
Okay.
I grew up seeing miracles. I have a long line of ministers, not so much pastors, but evangelists and missionaries. My brother is a missionary.
Really?
He oversees Southeast Asia for Foursquare Missions.
Oh, wow.
And that's kind of how this got started for me. There's a story behind that, yes.
Oh, my God. So let's talk about, how did this mission came to be? Because it is a mission.
It's a call.
It's a call, and it's a definite call, because you have to be so equipped to do what you're doing, because I know the demonic forces. Listen, People who say there isn't demonic forces, they're kidding themselves, because it's so powerful, especially when you step out into something that you're doing for the Lord. So let's talk about that.
So I was asked to go to Singapore about 10, I'm really closer to 11 years ago.
Okay.
I'm an artist, and I'm the founder of Visionary School of Art. So art is part of my background, my history, my DNA, everything is about art. So I was asked to go do murals in Singapore. And I was all excited, a mission trip, here we go, I'm going to go change the world. And I went, and my brother was there, my sister-in-law, and I had, 10 days to work on this big mural and work with children from different nations. Oh, wow. But they had a little girl that was staying within the government, had asked them to take her. She had been trafficked by her parents since she was 8 years old.
See, this is what... It makes me so angry that parents do that to their children.
It's all about money.
It's all about
follow the money. That's what you do. So they had trafficked her. She was 18. So the damage was horrific, but I took her under my wing for that 10 days.
Wow.
I watched how the art helped her. And I went over there to change lives, and she changed me.
Unbelievable. Isn't that always the way?
Yes,
no, it's serious.
yes,
I've talked to many people who've gone on mission trips, and you think you're going to, change the person that you're ministering to, but they actually change you.
Yes. So I came back different. And I was contacted immediately by juvenile justice and asked to go into, I had this whole experience.
Was this in South Florida?
Yes.
Okay.
So when I got back to South Florida, I was contacted by juvenile justice to go into a local facility that had 30 girls who had felony offenses, and they wanted me to do murals there because they heard about there was a lot of press. And so I go in, and all 30 of them had been trafficked.
Of course.
Now here's God opening one door, then shoving me through another one and putting me right back in the same arena. And so I worked with a team of 8 therapists there, and over a 2-year period developed my Power of Art program for healing that brings healing in secular organizations or faith-based, either one. And I just watched how God touched them, how the principles begin that process of healing in them. So I have 9-week courses now, and trauma-trained teachers, and we're working with many trafficked children, victims. My program is in Selah Freedom, which is a group of homes for trafficked women. We're actually even bringing some of this program to law enforcement now, because they have to look at such horrific images, and they have PTSD.
Oh, I bet they do.
And they have issues with addiction, and so they need the healing too.
Of course they do.
So anybody that sees these kinds of images with children and the assault that goes on has to have help.
Well, and I think that's key, because you can rescue a child, or you can put law enforcement to oversee it, but unless they have the tools to heal.
That's right.
Because it's such a horrific thing that's done in our, not only our country, but the world.
So let me say this, and parents, I hope you're listening, because I really want to talk to you. I have never done anything in my life that is more engaging, more exciting, more wonderful, and more horrific all at the same time.
Right.
But I've never seen such a group of people come together. The way we're running together, it's like the book of Joel.
Yeah.
They rush on the city, they run on the wall. Great is the army that carries out the horde of the Lord. That's what this feels like. We're on the spearhead point of stopping this. And we are doing this on a grassroots level with parents and grandparents. We're training first responders, we're training principals, we're training teachers, we're training child services. We're about to train 42 state attorneys in the 19th Judicial District, and we just finished training the Stewart Police.
Wow.
Now, we're raising an army.
Only 42. We
Yes.
have 50.
Well, there's 42 in the 19th Judicial District.
Oh, okay.
So down here, so we're starting in the Treasure Coast area.
That makes sense, because then this is
Yes.
the home base, and then you
Yeah.
branch out from there.
So we have something brand new that we've just formed. We have a You Act Blue task force, and it's run by my Chief Compliance Officer. His name is James Billig, and he has a whole group of national retired law enforcement and also active officers who are a part of our team.
You need them.
And they're the training, because this is where it comes down to the whole community has to get involved, not just law enforcement. We have to help. and we have to be able to turn in tips. We've been responsible for training 2,500 municipal employees just because we obeyed the Lord. We did what he told us to do. We went out and we did, 23 proclamations in about 1 year. Wow. And because of that, with county commissioners and city commissioners across 4 counties, 2,500 municipal employees got trained.
Unbelievable.
And so, why do you think there's so many arrests? Because
people are turning in tips. Oh my gosh. So I want to backtrack just a little bit because before we went on air, you were just talking about how God brought you into the war room.
Yes.
Can you explain that?
So during COVID, things kind of got really slow. I was the face on South Florida News, but they stopped covering child trafficking and child exploitation and these horrific assaults on children during COVID. They only wanted to cover COVID. So I kind of sat back and focused on my school and my church because I visionary School of Arts. And I just waited on the Lord and I prayed and I prayed and I prayed, but I could not get the children off my heart.
Oh, I bet.
And because they're not off his heart. They're on his heart all the time.
All the time.
So I had a vision and he took me into a war room. He pressed a button on a library and a secret room opened up and he took me in. And there was a table and there were state leaders and national leaders and there were angels all around the walls that went all the way up as high as I could see, that kept going, that they all had these like offices, but they were open. They all were on computers. And he said, if you think the enemy is surveilling you, he said, they are surveilling him.
Wow.
It was the same thing as Elisha.
Right.
Yes, of you think we're surrounded by surveillance? No. God's got them surrounded.
Hello.
I
and
saw it.
He's more powerful than anything on the face of this earth and this world.
That's right. And that's why this is so exciting.
I've got
because
the chills.
This is the heart of the kingdom of God going in like an army and taking back our children.
Angel armies,
and rescuing them
yes.
and bringing them out of darkness and snatching them from the jaws of hell. And that's what we do. And so the Lord handed me a tactical plan on a scroll in that war room.
This.
And I took it and I just opened it up and I saw everything written out as clear as day. And the first thing on the list was the proclamations. And it had bullet points. It had everything. And go to the churches and start prayer and get people praying because this is so dark that it takes intercession. It takes powerful, moving intercession, prayer, and fasting. And so that's how we started. Oh my God. And then from there, it took off like a rocket. And
because it's of God. Because God had such a hand on.
Yes.
And I think, this has been going on since the beginning of time.
Well, they say. So the old saying is, this is an old art that's been going on since the beginning.
But it's more intense now because of the technology. And my point being is that, God sees all, knows all, and you don't get away from hurting the children.
No. So it wasn't about children in biblical days. They called they also called it prostitution, but it was child sacrifice. And underneath your ancient cities, Jericho, archaeological discoveries have found massive bone sites of children buried and sacrificed.
But they're doing that now.
Well, that is a part of this.
Yes.
It does ultimately end there.
Yeah.
But I will tell you that we are making such a difference.
Good.
And the difference in then and now is that prostitution is a dying thing. People are owned. They're not out on the streets long before somebody owns them. So traffickers are ruling the roost.
Yes, they are.
And the average trafficker owning 5 children will make $1 million a year, and then that's
all about the money.
It's all about the money. This is all underscored in the book of Revelation 17 and 18. It's all there. And so we're just literally acting out a modern day exclamation point from the Bible. It's just amazing what we're seeing God do. Now, people are coming to us from all walks of life and saying, how can I get involved? How can I help?
Right.
And so we're training people. We have a parent task force. We have a survivor task force. We have the blue task force. We have a men's warrior task force and my husband leads it. And, it's men that are rising up and they're done with this, and they're saying we are going to rise and protect children.
As they should.
Yes, absolutely.
You know, that's part of how God made men, is
Yes.
as the protector.
That's right.
And especially of children.
That's right.
You know?
Yes, and they should be.
Right.
Yeah. So one time I said to him, I said, "What's wrong with you men that you would do things like this? It's all your fault, honey." He just looked at me, he said, "I don't know," you know. But he rose up and rose into that position, and we are seeing men everywhere come. I have 3 men on my survivor task force who have told their stories and who've brought it out, and now they're a force. They're amazing.
I bet they are.
Yes, and so we do a lot of inner healing as well.
Well, see, and that's key. You have to have that inner healing after being so traumatized from the evil,
Oh, yes.
right?
So take a veteran's PTSD, multiply it by 100, and you're going to have a trafficked child. That's what they deal with. And the children that we deal with are in a maximum lockdown facilities. There are 400 of them in one facility that we go to. And these children are so traumatized that I can't even describe. But what I can describe is how God comes in and shows up, even in secular settings where we're not allowed to preach. Because we're bringing the principles of the kingdom in.
Right.
The God of the principles shows up. Our teachers are trauma informed. We begin to teach, and the children, sometimes they'll cry and they'll sob and they'll say, "Thank you. Nobody ever taught me this before."
Well,
You
how
know?
could they? Because they were they were put in such a dark place.
Yes. Yes.
know?
And many of them came out of foster care. 60% of our foster care children have been trafficked. But you see, all children are at risk now.
Of
and
course
now
they
that
are.
they've gotten back a lot of the border children, our own children has had a huge uptick.
Because
of being
there's no longer
approached.
coming across the border.
That's right.
Shut that down.
That's right.
But now,
Yeah, and where are the most of the approaches? Online. And so I was just talking to a parent and saying, "Hey, you need to get the Bark phone, or you need to get the Bark app."
Okay.
And you can get it with code 4FFA, and there's even a discount now that you
Say
can
that
get.
again.
4F, the number 4FFA, or you can use also the discount. It's 4UACT.
Okay.
And you can get a discount on this phone. So this phone will actually prevent other children from sending nude pictures to your child.
Wow.
So sexting and sextortion is the fastest growing gateway in every school.
It starts that way, and then it
there's
segues into
rings.
yes.
And these children can be paid in cyber money and gift cards. There are gangs involved. The cartel can be involved. Organized crime is involved with this because this is where all the money is.
Well, and that's the other thing. When you talk about the end user that uses these children, it's throughout every part of society. So could you talk a little bit about that, Lynn?
So let me just talk about, how about the Fort Lauderdale commissioner by the sea, who was the town Santa Claus, who was also the deputy fire chief and the town commissioner. He was arrested for thousands of images of child porn. That's just one example.
Right.
I've documented hundreds of arrests up and down the South Florida coast.
Right.
But we have documented well over 60 arrests in 18 months in
Right.
just the 19th Judicial District.
Right.
Because we're training them right now.
Okay.
Then we're coming south, so get ready.
And
Coming down here.
And it's bad
Yes.
everywhere. I don't care where you are, if you're
Every
in the
community,
Midwest. I mean,
every church.
throughout, and you're
Yeah.
talking pastors, you're talking CEOs, politicians, etc. I
Yes.
mean, you could go on.
You know why it's happening? Do you know what the root of it all is? What do you think it is?
I think it's demonic. I mean, I know it's money,
Yes.
but I think it's demonic.
Spiritually, yes, but what is the tool that hell is using to ensnare people into this?
Oh, it's the phone.
It's pornography.
Oh, pornography. Yeah.
Pornography.
Hello.
It's called CSAM, Child Sexual Abuse Material. Now, let me just explain.
Okay.
So 88% of all pornography is now violent. So this is how they groom children. This is how they groom adults. There's almost an immediate dopamine release in the brain when even an adult or a child looks at porn, and the addiction starts very quickly. And they must have more, and it must be more violent, and it draws them in.
Oh my
And there are
gosh.
massive amounts of both men and women who are addicted to porn in the church. The Focus on the Family has done studies, well over 50%, of all church members are addicted
Unbelievable.
to porn. Now, how do we stop this? Well, first of all, you've got to bring the light. You've
Right.
got to bring education and awareness. And you've got to understand, like, I was talking to a whole room of teenagers, and I was telling them about porn, and they're all like laughing, and
They
then,
think it's fun, right.
you know, and I kept telling them the statistics and the facts. Finally, one of them raised his hand, and he said, you know, he goes, that sounds like it might actually be right. And he must have been a leader because everybody quieted down.
Wow.
And then they started listening. And I started telling them about the dopamine, and it's as addictive as heroin. And it's hard to turn away, but you've got
Yeah.
to talk to somebody about what you're dealing with, because most of the viewing audience is children. And because
I didn't know that.
did you? Yeah, most of the
I know
viewing
that there are
audience is
children who recruit other children for trafficking because they're part of
Yes.
the
and they groom
trafficking
them with
group. Right.
pornography.
Right.
Correct.
Yeah.
Yes. But most of the viewing audience of pornography, this is university studies,
Okay.
is under the age of 18. Toddlers, most toddlers have seen it. Do you know how? Scrolling on mom's phone, and the algorithms pick up that there's a toddler on.
How
and
is that
there's
possible?
a pop-up that comes up, and they poke the pop-up, and then they go to that page, and all of a
They
sudden
don't even realize.
Right
They
there.
don't even know what they're looking at.
So most children watching porn found it quite by accident because algorithms picked up that they spelled a name wrong at certain websites children go to, and the pop-ups come, and the drawing happens, and they purposely draw them in. This is a massive operation. And parents,
Unbelievable.
if you only knew, children are being bombarded. And here's why. The average predator used to go after a child 50 to maybe 100 times a day, making like a sales call.
Right. Oh,
on
of course.
your platforms,
Yeah, yeah,
your
yeah.
gaming, Roblox, Minecraft, all
Right.
those Discord, disappearing chats, that's a big one. So, but now AI is doing that for them. So we have pictures of warehouses full of phones that are bombarding social media platforms thousands of times per second.
Oh my
This is what
God.
and there's AI companions now that children, because they're lonely, begin to connect with.
Oh my
And the
God.
companions methodically groom
Groom them.
into sexting and sextortion, and eventually to taking their lives. And there's been
oh
families
my God,
in front
girl.
of Congress with the transcripts from AI. I've watched it. I've seen it. I just, parents, we need you. We need you to get
Okay, no
involved. I
kidding.
need an army to start going to school board meetings. We will equip you. We'll give you the awareness,
The data,
understanding, so you
yeah.
can tell your friends, you could present to your friends. I mean, we really need to get up, and we need to all link arms and
Yeah,
run
I
together
agree.
to protect our kids.
Yeah, I mean, and I don't understand. Look, I'm not a parent, but to hear all of this information and knowing that you have social media companies, is there a way that they don't want?
Well, here's, okay.
I mean, come on. They are responsible for the product that they allow on their.
Let me ask you a question.
Sure.
Who do you think gives Roblox the most money? Pedophiles.
Right.
So even if Roblox or one of these other, platforms creates a safety, like Roblox has created a room for children
Okay.
under 12. Well, at the same time, you've got people all over selling fake IDs to get in those rooms, and who do you think's
Right.
buying them? And of course, that pays because they buy Robux and they give them to the children and reward them with Robux,
and so
they
that
can
keeps
play
them
more
bringing them
games.
back.
So who's funding it all? Right?
Yeah. You have to follow the money.
You have to follow the money.
You have to
Again,
follow
you have
the
to follow
money.
And yes, I think, I'm sure there are good people in some of these
I'm sure
platforms
there
that
are.
are
Yeah.
trying to do the right
Absolutely.
thing. But as fast as they move to do that, the
They've got something
traffickers
else.
and predators are moving ahead of them. So now we're going to get ahead of them. This is where the kingdom of God
Right.
is a step ahead, not a step behind.
No,
And
exactly.
God, so we're developing an app. And
Okay, hold on. Hold on to that thought. We're going to take a really quick break, you guys, and we'll be right back.
Okay.
Broughton Garage Door Sales now offers you a difference with the LiftMaster Secure View Ultra Quiet Smart Opener with camera, LED 360-degree lighting, and battery backup. Built-in camera adds video and two-way audio communication to the MyQ app. You can control, secure, and monitor your garage anytime, anywhere from your smartphone. Schedule today at broughton.com.
Just simply call Broughton. We open doors for you.
Tavilla Properties, located at 11471 West Sample Road, Suite 17, located in Coral Springs, Florida, for all your commercial needs. Call Jan at 954-341-1632. That's 954-341-1632, or visit www.tavillaproperties.com.
Discover Rosie's Garden. The collection draws inspiration from the beautiful niece of the founder, Rosie, who brought joy to many before passing too soon. Her beauty and spirit are reflected in every piece. Founded by two friends, Rosie's Garden is a female-owned brand passionate about creating stunning, elegant jewelry that embodies the concept of bellissima, the Italian word for beautiful. With a philosophy rooted in grace and elegance, the brand crafts each piece of jewelry using only the finest materials, including 18-karat gold and the highest quality craftsmanship, ensuring that every piece is a true work of art.
Welcome back to Faith Stories. If you have any prayer requests, please email me at faithstorieswithdawn@gmail.com. That's faithstorieswithdawn@gmail.com.
And we're back. Okay, Lynn, I'm going to give you we have 3 minutes. You get the last two, and then I'll just do a quick for next week. So go.
So
Talk about your app.
So we do have an app, and the app is going to be for parents. We're going to do webinars. We're going to pull parents together. We're going to raise up an army of parents. Parents, we need you. And this is a call to you. Really, it is. To not that your kids are bad or they're doing something wrong or anything like that. Children are innocent. And this is what predators and traffickers prey upon, is innocence. So we're going to help you equip your children and have better relationships with them so that you can talk openly with them, and they're going to share things with you instead of hiding it from you. And that's the key, is to have this communication and to build up our families by doing that. And that's what we want to do. We want to help parents. And so it's so important that you contact us. You can email us at info@u-act.org. You can text us on our number 888-670-4638. And you can become a part, be part of the Army. You can join one of our task forces, depending on what your background is and what you want to do. We train teachers. It's an
awesome.
amazing thing to be a part of, and we
rewarding.
would love to have you.
Oh,
Yes.
Lynn, thank you so much.
Yes.
She's going to
Thank
be
you.
back, you guys, because this is not just a one and done. We're going to totally have her back as you continue to expose and to save the kids, because it's so important that we save the kids.
Yep.
You guys, I normally talk about my friend's book, Stacy Herring. She has a book called Fields of Gomorrah, and you need to get it because it's about a young girl who got trafficked. She got in a huge fight with her mom, ran away, got trafficked. It's a fictional book, which is, I think, a great segue to give to kids so that they can read it and find out what they can do to prevent, obviously with their parents' help, to be caught up in the trafficking industry. You guys, we'll see you next week at 3 o'clock. My guest is Reverend Diane Jones. Check out social media. Please share this. It's so important to share, like, subscribe, and you all have a blessed week. We'll see you next Wednesday at 3 o'clock.
Thank you for watching Faith Stories, where you will hear stories of hope, faith, and love. Please join us next week, and remember, God meets you where you are, but doesn't leave you where you are.